Right now, as you're watching this, there are trillions of invisible planets hurtling through our galaxy. They are moving at hundreds of thousands of miles per hour. They have no star, no orbit, no light, and we can't see them coming. Scientists call them rogue planets, and according to NASA, there are many. There could be 20 times more of these dark wanderers than there are stars in the Milky Way, but here's what should really keep you up at night. A brand new study from 2025 suggests a theory. It suggests that one of these rogue worlds may have already invaded our solar system billions of years ago. This event violently rearranged every planet in it. Scientists ask not if it will happen again, but when. It's me, and you're watching Matrix Facts. Join me today as we explore the most invisible threat. Find out what would really happen if a rogue planet came straight for Earth. Let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the nightmare scenario. Imagine a rogue planet the size of Neptune is approaching. It is heading toward our solar system at 60,000 miles per hour. It's completely dark. It reflects no light. It emits no heat. By the time we detect it, it could be less than a decade away. Now here's the thing. It doesn't even need to hit Earth to destroy us. A rogue planet is enough. Passing within the orbit of Jupiter would be enough to trigger absolute chaos in the entire system. The gravitational pull of an object that massive would begin tugging on every planet like a wrecking ball. First, the outer planets would shift. Neptune and Uranus could be knocked out of their orbits entirely. They could be flung into deep space or sent spiraling inward. Saturn's delicate ring system would be ripped apart. Jupiter, the largest planet and our gravitational shield against asteroids, could be destabilized. And once Jupiter moves, everything changes. Earth's orbit would begin to stretch into a different shape. Even a shift of just 1% closer to or further from the Sun would be catastrophic for us. Move Earth 1% closer and average temperatures rise by several degrees, triggering greenhouse effects. This is enough to melt polar ice caps and flood every coastal city on the planet. Move Earth 1% further away and temperatures plummet, potentially triggering a global ice age. This would make the last one look mild, but that's the best-case scenario for humanity. In the worst case, Earth gets ejected from the solar system entirely, cast into the frozen void. We would enter interstellar space, where the temperature drops to nearly 460 degrees below zero. No sunlight, no warmth, no photosynthesis. Within weeks, every plant on Earth would die. Within months, the oceans would begin to freeze from the surface down. Within a few years, our planet would become a frozen, lifeless rock drifting through the darkness forever. So, what exactly are rogue planets and where do they come from? Unlike the 8 planets in our solar system that orbit the Sun, rogue planets answer to no star. They're cosmic orphans, wandering through the galaxy completely alone, shrouded in total darkness. They can be absolutely massive, ranging from objects smaller than Earth to gas giants 10 times Jupiter's size. Most rogue planets were born in regular solar systems just like ours. But during the chaotic early years of formation, gravitational interactions between planets can become violent. Think of it like a cosmic game of billiards. When two massive planets pass to close, one gets flung. One of them gets flung outward with enough force to escape the star's gravity entirely. And once it's free, it keeps going, potentially for billions of years, across the galaxy. But here's the number that should genuinely alarm you. In 2023, David Bennett published a study. He estimated that our galaxy alone is home to 20 times more rogue planets than stars. That's approximately 2 trillion invisible worlds drifting through the Milky Way right now, 2 trillion. And that same year, the James Webb Space Telescope discovered over 540 candidates. Candidates in the Orion Nebula alone, including mysterious pairs of rogue planets orbiting each other. This is something scientists had never seen before and still can't fully explain. Then, in January 2026, astronomers made history by measuring the mass of a rogue planet. The planet, detected through gravitational microlensing, is located about 10,000 light-years away. It has a mass roughly 70 times that of Earth. It was spotted when it bent light. It bent the light of a background star, the only way we have to detect these wanderers. Now you might be thinking, what are the chances one would actually come near us? Well, here's where things get unsettling. According to a study published in December 2025, a rogue planet or massive wandering object may have already invaded our solar system once before. The study, led by Nathan Cabe and Sean Raymond, used computer simulations to analyze history. They found that giant planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune were not always in today's positions. They originally formed in a much tighter, more compact configuration closer to the Sun. Something triggered a violent reshuffling that scattered them outward to their current orbits. For years, scientists debated what caused this event. But this new research points to a stunning culprit. A rogue planet or small brown dwarf between 3 and 30 times the mass of Jupiter passed near. It passed within 20 astronomical units of the Sun, roughly the distance between the Sun and Uranus. The encounter would have lasted only a few thousand years, a blink of an eye in cosmic terms. But it was enough to throw the entire solar system into chaos and reshape everything we see. The researchers estimate there is a 1 to 5% chance that this is exactly what happened. And if it happened once in our own backyard, it can happen again. In fact, in a separate study published in August 2025, they ran simulations for the future. They found that there is a 0.2% chance of a future destabilization. A passing star or rogue object could cause a planetary collision or eject Earth entirely. That might sound small, but it's several times higher than any previous estimate. When you consider that the consequence is the complete annihilation of life, even a fraction matters. And this brings us to perhaps the most terrifying part. We probably wouldn't see it coming. Rogue planets don't emit light. They don't reflect starlight the way planets in a solar system do. They are essentially invisible against the blackness of space. Detection depends on gravitational microlensing. This requires the rogue planet to pass almost perfectly between us and a distant star. This alignment is incredibly rare and lasts only hours or days. Some argue we could detect approach. We could see subtle perturbations in the orbits of our outer planets centuries in advance. If Neptune or Uranus suddenly started drifting, it could signal a massive unseen object pulling on them. But other researchers disagree. By the time we noticed anomalies, the planet could be inside the Kuiper belt. At that point, we might have only decades to react. And what exactly could we do? Unlike an asteroid, a rogue planet is millions or billions of times more massive. No technology exists or is theorized that could alter the course of an entire planet. However, NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, scheduled to launch by May 2027, offers hope. It will hunt for rogue planets using microlensing and could discover up to 400 Earth-mass worlds. Let's go deeper into the Doomsday scenario. Let's say a rogue planet enters our inner solar system. Stage 1. The outer disruption. The gravitational balance of the outer solar system collapses. Neptune could be flung into interstellar space. The Kuiper belt, home to billions of objects, gets shattered. Millions of these objects are sent hurtling inward, creating a bombardment of comets and debris. Stage 2. Jupiter destabilizes. If the rogue planet passes close enough, it alters Jupiter's orbit. Without Jupiter in its current position, the inner solar system becomes a shooting gallery. Stage 3. Earth's orbit shifts. Earth's nearly circular orbit begins to stretch into an ellipse. Over a single year, Earth would swing dramatically closer to and further from the Sun. Summers could soar past 150 degrees, while winters plunge into deep freeze. Stage 4. The tidal nightmare. A massive rogue planet generates tidal forces, triggering mega earthquakes. Volcanic eruptions and tsunamis would dwarf anything caused by an asteroid impact. Stage 5, ejection or collision. Earth collides with Mars or Venus or is flung into darkness. But the most likely trigger for destruction isn't the rogue planet directly, it's Mercury. Mercury's orbit is the most eccentric and sits in a near gravitational resonance with Jupiter. If a rogue object nudges Jupiter slightly, it could push Mercury into an unstable resonance. Mercury's orbit becomes erratic until it crashes into Venus, the Sun, or Earth. One small push from the outside sets off a cascade of events ending in catastrophe. We are at the mercy of a universe that is far more chaotic than most people realize. Our entire existence depends on a gravitational balance that one wandering world could shatter. If scientists announced this tomorrow, what would you do with the time you had left? Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.